Hi, welcome back to another episode of Crafting with Evie. I am Evie. I am doing a review on these Artyche water brush pens. I'm using this. I drew this earlier. I decided I did all the line art and all that stuff off screen, so all I had to do was color it by using these watercolor brush set. This is a set of 24. I got it for really cheap off of Amazon. Very nice set. It comes with 24 pigmented inks, one refillable brush pen with their flexible nibs, non-toxic, water-soluble, great for beginners and advanced artists alike. So, as you can see, I'm drawing Inuyasha and Kagome today. So I'm coloring in Inuyasha, and then I'm going in choosing colors to draw in Kagome, and I think I did pretty well on this. I did it all freehanded. It looks like it's actually printed off, but it looks actually really good. It turned out very nice at the end. I think I did pretty well. I've been watching a lot of Inuyasha, which made me want to do this piece. So hopefully I did this piece justice. This is one of my favorite animes besides Sailor Moon, which I should do a piece on as well. But I wanted to try. This is my first time using these markers. And towards the end, I actually started doing a little bit better with shading and using the water brush that comes with it to make the shading and shadowing, which I think turned out a lot better. I did use some Tombow skin tone markers to color in both their faces and with the highlights and lowlights of their skin tones, which I think actually helped out a little bit because there is no skin tones in this set. But there are very pretty colors. There's black, a gray, a brown, and then I start going into like a orangish red and a reddish. There's pinks, purples, blues, greens, and then it ends up with some yellows there, and like in the very last pen there before you see the water brush, that color is like a neon bright yellow, like a highlighter type deal. So right now I'm using the Tombow markers, and I did show them on screen. I did use a piece of paper where I swatched them, but I have to cut down the video, so I used another watercolor paper to figure out what colors I wanted to use for the skin tones, and I think it turned out really good. I think I'm very pleased with how this piece turned out. I do like how I do the darkening, the shading, and the skin tones, but I noticed with the Tombow, it does eat up the poor watercolor paper. This is Canson. I'm using Canson watercolor paper in the size, I believe, 9x12. I used a Micron Pig, the plastic nib for the line art. I used a mechanical pencil to do the drawing itself, which I used the dollar store brand of the ink. So I love them. They seem to work very well. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of Inuyasha lately, so it made me want to do it. And as I was actually sketching this out, I was actually watching a few episodes. So, yeah, hello. So I was watching it first on Netflix and noticed that they only had up to season 10, and they have actually up to season 7 on Hulu. So I just bumped right over to Hulu and left off where I was watching, and I've been watching it ever since on there. So I enjoy this. I wish I would have done this actually in the Ohuhu markers. I think would have turned out really, really good. I'm tempting to redraw this maybe in another way and then go ahead and try to color it using the Ohuhu markers to see if it may turn out a little bit better than the watercolor. But I think the watercolor ended up pretty good. As you can see, there's my paper with all the swatches. I thought I took it out. Mostly I did not, but there you see I'm coloring in his dog ears, the insides. I think I made it too bright of a pink, but you know, can't be picky with what I had. I do like how his kimono turned out. Everything turned out really, really well. I'm very, very pleased. Even the way Gome turned out as well. Kagome, yeah, she turned out pretty well. I loved how her eyes ended up looking. First, I kept having to erase it and redraw her eyes. Excuse me. I had to redraw Inuyasha's eyes a couple times as well. I think it turned out really, really well. Let me know in the comments what you think about how my drawing turned out and the coloring, and I'll come back at the end and wrap up the video. As you can see, I'm coloring in, going back with the voiceover here. So I'm using like the brush pen that was in there, that way you could fill up with water. That's actually a refillable one, but I decided to use that as a brush to push out the colors and stuff like that, which I think it turned out very nice for shading wise. So it's almost to the end, and then I started using it, and you'll notice that for shading I did a lot better with wetting the brush on top of the black one. Actually helped with a lighter gray, which I should have done with Inuyasha's hair, and I think it turned out pretty good though. I'm still very, very pleased with this piece. And as you can see, I am like pushing that color over the hair to spread out the color, which I think turned out very, very nice. And that pen actually was very, very nice. It didn't leak at all like some of the other ones I have gotten in the past. Overall, this is a very nice set. Very a lot of colors. I enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed this drawing as well, and maybe I might do some more anime later on down the road. But until then, I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I have. I'm filling in her bottom of her skirt because I noticed I forgot to color that in. And I should have done like a border, I think, but I liked it no matter what. You see, I'm getting kind of back together. I'm using where now you can see me rubbing the black marker on top of the water pen there and going through. This is where I started coming out a little bit better than what I did, and with the shading and everything like that. So I think, let me know in the comments what you think. I just need to hear somebody else say if I did a good job, what I need to improve on. I don't mind commentary, so it helps me out as an artist, I think. And leave me a message saying which anime I should do next. Maybe I should do Sailor Moon next, because Sailor Jupiter is my favorite. So there you have it. Kagome and Inuyasha pretty much done. I think it turned out really, really well. I love the colors of these pens. They're very, very nice. I recommend them. Again, they're on Amazon. They're originally $14. I got them for half off due to the fact that I was entering to win and I didn't win something that this company was given. So they gave me this as half off and I enjoyed it. So there you have it. Hope you have a nice night, and yeah, I'm very excited. Bye guys.